from Team Rebirth. I'm Owen this time, and I've got a Dragon Ruler profile for you. But it's not your standard one, it's a bit different. You'll see. So I'll just start ahead. We've got the 3 Tempest, my favourite dragon of them all. Well, of all the Dragon Rulers, for its rotor effect. 3 Blaster, and 3 Redox. I don't run Tidal in this build. That's because I don't think it has any good targets aside from itself. You'll see that when I reveal all of my techs later on. Play 1 of each baby dragon. I found 2 a bit cloggy in this build of each baby dragon, so I just ran the 1, and I've still found it quite consistent. Still helps you get the Draco set plays off, but it means your deck can do a lot more than just that, which is the bit I didn't like about the standard Dragon Rulers. And it's the Darkness Metal. MVP of the deck is amazing. Now onto all these different techs. Play 2 Debris Dragon. If I had a Golem Dragon, it would be in here, and it would produce all sorts of rank 4 plays, but for now, it's used with this guy. It's going to level 7s for more rank 7 plays, and it's just generally good. 2 Quaker Mirror Draco. This I treat as my equivalent to Jowgen. So I'll do standard first turn Draco set play, then you're still not using normal summon, use Tempest to search for this, summon this, have a dragon in hand. Opponent can't special summon light or darks. So it hurts Prophecy if you go first with it, and Evil Swarm. 2 Exploder Dragon. It's a big out to Ophion and Kaiku. Fortunately, it's a bit awkward dealing with Jowgen with this, but it does its job quite well. 2 Mass Dragon. Help me search into the Exploder and anything 1/5 or less. And it's 1/4, so it can beat over a defense position Jowgen. Flame Guard, level 1 5 Dragon Tuner, good search target, and can be walked back through Debris, just for multiple sync plays. Eventually when we get Starform Dragon, which I think's being renamed. 1 Yamato Dragon. This card is really, really good, I find. With the ban list coming up, a lot of people reckon this card's going to go to 1, Rejuvenation. So this will really help you recover your hand. For people that don't know what it does, it's a 7-star 5 dragon that's a spirit monster, so it returns to your hand at the end of the turn. And when it inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. So you can be reckless as soon as you know your opponent doesn't have a Veiler or something, use your hand, bam, you got your 5 cards back. And the triple Veiler, because I'd say it's a lot more useful than Maxi in this format. Onto the spells now. 3 Rejuvenation. I think it's pretty standard. Even with 1 of each of the baby dragons, you still quite easily draw 2 or 4 off this in the end phase. That's because you also use the big dragons effects, which also discard. 2 Gold Arc. I like 3, but in this build you run out of big dragons too quickly, so it just becomes a bad neutral. So 2, it's enough to draw it in your opening hand, but not so much that it gets cloggy. 2 Sacred Sword. It's a Pot of Greed with a rotor built in, because you banish 1 of the big dragons, draw 2 cards, and then get your search. So I don't see why this shouldn't be played. I prefer 2 of these than 3 Gold Sark and 1 of those. It's just personal preference, you can swap around as much as you want really. Then staples, Heavy Storm and Monster Reborn, as well as Book of Moon, and I play 1 Forbidden Lance because I think it's quite a nice tech and it just helps you run over things in the mirror match and things like that. Just the 3 traps, which are 2 Breakthrough Skill and 1 Return from a Different Dimension. Breakthrough Skill is becoming staple now, so don't think that needs explaining. And the Return in a Different Dimension, after turn 2, it's not dead. I mean, you can set it in turn 2 and it's fine. You'll still easily have 3 or 4 dragons to bring back from it and do insane plays. That's all the main deck. Like I said, I would be running it 41 if I had the Golem Dragon, but I don't. Onto the extra deck, which again isn't quite ideal. 2 Drekossack. I prefer it at 2. This deck doesn't need 3, so I'm leaving it at 2. Big Eye. 1 because I haven't got 2, simple as that. Guy Dragon, Thunder Charger. I'd say it's always useful using one of these. Just, you know, especially in a mirror match, your opponent goes into a Drekossack, has the 2 tokens, you can punch over one of them for 2/6. It's just useful. It's a fun little card. Queen Dragoon, like I said, rank 4 plays, which I don't have. So at the minute, if I had one, this would be replaced with a Master of Blades or a second Big Eye, which I definitely need to find room for. Both of those. Maestroke, Cowboy, he steals games, pew pew. And because I haven't got anything better, Levier. Can't think of anything else to fill that space yet until second Big Eye or until Master of Blades. Run a few Synchros as well, because you can do it quite easily. Crimson Blader, just brilliant this format, best Synchro card this format. Stardust, pretty stable. Scrap Dragon, pretty stable. Red Dragon Archfiend, I really like this. It's 3000 attacks, it's huge. You just blow over everything, and it's a dark target, so Eradicator can become a thing with it. Exploded Dragonling, anything with less attack and it dies. Level 7 Dragon, what more can you ask for? Black Rose. And Ancient Fairy, which again might be taken out soon, but because I barely ever go into it. But level 7 Dragon, 3000 brick, can pop your opponent's tower. Not really much more to say about that. Finally, my side deck's incomplete at the minute because I can't find some of the cards for it, which is really annoying, but I'll show you what I've found of it anyway. Chaos Center, I do run 2 of these in my side, but I could only find the 1. 2 Electric Virus, steals your opponent's dragons, that's all you need to say. 3 Eradicator, because seriously, screw Prophecy. And Chaos Center is a brilliant target for it. 2 Draw and Lockbird, because Prophecy is a thing. 2 MST, I have no idea where my other ones have gone, but there's meant to be 2 of them. 2 Maxis, they're actually surprisingly good in a mirror match, so I'd still side them. And 2 Puppet Plant, which I can't seem to find. So there we go. Any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. We will be back soon with more duel videos and more deck profiles. I'm sorry we've had a break, and see you soon. Team Rebirth out.